Are you guys excited? Okay, here. Rosal. All right. Who else? My stapler broke, so I don't have, you're not stapling those today. Do you have one here? Okay. 1, 2, 3. You have one, you have one? Why don't you have one? I called your name, come on up and grab one. You have one? All right. So this class was a class of anatomy and physiology, yes? Yes. And we learned quite a few things about the body, how it functions. So today, as it is the end of the school year, this is technically our last instructional day. And you guys are going to be here because you're taking regents and stuff. But I figured, what if we did an end of the year reflection on how this year went for you? And again, this is not going to be graded. This stays here. Whatever happens in room 160 stays in room 160. Whatever you talk about stays here. We have respect for each other and we understand that there's privacy. But I wanted to make sure that you're able to do this exercise because it does help. Whether you have me next year or not, this is something that is good for you to do, even in your personal time, to just kind of like look and see how you grew this year and every year. So the title here for our little lesson today is The Brain on Growth. And how do we link this to our content? Neuroplasticity, right, is a concept that we kind of like played with this year. Spoke about how the brain functions, what are different interactions that happen, how the system works when it comes to the physiology of it, you know, how the brain, how the neurons actually connect, interconnection between them, how the blood flows within your brain, how the brain actually operates, meaning like control your systems and allows you to figure out how to act in certain situations, how to deal with stress in school, for example. So we understand that the brain is wired to push through and help you with struggles and push through it's a hard concept. We have the myelin growth here. Repeated learning strengthens myelin sheaths around neurons. So we understand that when we actually push ourselves and try to like learn new concepts and we study and we do homework, that's actually helping us actually master the concepts and the lessons or the new information that we are exposed to. And your brain also prune what it didn't need. So whatever it doesn't need, it sharpens your focus, what matters to you. And that also has a lot to do with your perspective, with your environment. So all of these things are things that actually supports your growth, right? As a person, as an individual. So what I would like to do today with you guys, because this is a reflective lesson, so it's not me just talking and like going through a lesson, it's really you. I don't know why this is doing this. Okay, this is really you reflecting. So on the little sheet that I created for you to help you organize, we have a little organizer that helps you put your idea and communicate how you're feeling right now. I would like for you to answer these 3 questions. So 3 things that you genuinely learned this year. It doesn't have to be in this class, it's just in general, whether you learn about yourself, whether you learn about a specific content class that you were in. 3 things. One moment, I wanted to quit, but I didn't. You had one moment, you're like, you know what? I'm not going to make it. This is bad. But then you pushed through and you did it. So if you can recall that moment and you want to share it with us, you can write it down. Or if you don't want to share, it's fine also. And one surprising thing I discovered about myself. So I'm going to give you 10 minutes to kind of like think about that. I know it's a lot. I'm asking you to really think deep here. But we are going to see if we can kind of like recall these moments and see how this actually supported our growth this year. And how we can utilize these experiences and these moments for next year. Right? attendance real quick. Doing this. It's okay. Just put a comment that you completed it. All right. We're working with a partner, right? We're making this work for us. What? No, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Yes. One of those. Who was sharing? You all share already? So I should be sharing. Do you mind telling me what you shared?
And she committed to do.
I saw it.
I don't know what anything. I'm sorry.
Okay, very good. And so you listen to that and what you respond.
That took real courage.
Okay?
Sorry, right there. I'm gonna cry again.
Alright, so now you share something with her.
I did. We shared all of them.
You shared already?
Yeah.
That's how you shared too?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So now, hopefully you're able to share with the whole class.
What?
One thing that you contributed.
Okay, and I have to, so what do I put here?
Nothing, you were just answering the question.
So do I start
This is just for, yeah, which one you utilize and you felt comfortable using? And that you responded well to. Okay. I can't laugh with you because I'm not sure you laugh. Okay, everybody is sharing at this point. Dax is laughing, so I'm guessing that this is happening. Do you have the paper? No?
This is just reflective, so it's not something that if you want to write down things that you have learned this year, whether it's in this class or in another class about yourself this year, we're kind of like looking at how our brain potentially grow and what how you contribute to that. One moment you wanted to give up. I know you probably had some challenges this year and you overcame them, so you know that's something that you want to recall and tell yourself. And then finally, there's one thing that's surprising about you guys. If you want to jot down some information, you don't have to share it in that video. This is just for you and it's an exercise. You have a mark, Sharpie? Mark? Very good.
Somewhat. Yeah, I don't know, bro. What was happening?
Alright, 2 more minutes.
Oh, there's things like genuine money. I get it now.
Yeah, you keep it.
I'm talking about that. Stop, you're gonna make me cry again. Because I want to know
Now, I know that we are up to sharing with our partner, or some, like, what? You turn and you shared with someone, they responded hopefully using one of these sentence starters or these prompts that we have on the board. Now, I want you to actually reflect. So it says on the worksheet here, after your partner responds, reflect here. The item I chose to share. So you shared something with your person, the person next to you. So now, the item you chose to share is what? You're gonna write this down because you wrote quite a few things about yourself. answering the first 3 questions that we had on the first slide. About things that you learned this year, what you surprised about, something that you surprised that you were able to accomplish this year, maybe something about yourself that you didn't know, things that you struggled with and potentially were able to overcome. So what is it that you chose to share? You're going to put that down. So that means it's something that you're comfortable sharing with somebody else. How it felt when you shared. Were you anxious? Did you want to add? Did the person make you feel comfortable sharing by how they responded, how they listened to you? And when they responded to you, how did that make you feel? Right? Like how did you internalize their response? So if the person utilized, for example, wow, that was genuine growth. In a minute, we're going to share with the class whatever you feel comfortable sharing. Hello, 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 hello. I know this is so much fun, but we got to listen when somebody's talking so that we can actually know what we're doing. Everything needs to be structured, even fun, sometimes, right? Okay, so if you use that genuine growth, how did that make you feel? Like if I share something with you, and I said, I, for example, I'll use a model. If I say I, this year, was surprised at how patient I am, right? I am way more patient than I was like 2 years ago. And this year I had a very, very challenging schedule. I had many different classes that I was teaching, so I really had to figure out and organize my life. I have a baby, as you guys know, at home, and it was just very challenging for me this year. But I made it through. I am so happy, that this year went the way it did. Nothing tragic happened. We all here healthy, safe, and I was able to really, I think, accomplish something that I did not think at the beginning of the year in September. I was like, this is not going to happen. I'm not going to make it this year, but I did. So I was surprised to see how patient I got with myself and with my students. So this is something that I'm very proud of, and I'm going to use that experience and what I've learned from this year to make next year maybe a better year, right? So this is why we're doing this, to kind of see, and that's how you grow. You learn about yourself, and this is going to happen throughout your life. You're going to do this every day, all day. It's just how you structure it. Okay. So you shared with the person, you are going to reflect on how your share went. Now I'm going to call on people, if you feel comfortable, to share with us one thing that you don't mind sharing with the class. So, share one word that describes who you are now versus who you were in September. You can do the rest of it on your sheet, but I just, as a class, can we share one word that describes who you are now versus who you were in September? Who would like to go first? Take a minute, think about it. Good, yes. Resilient. Very good. Resilient. So she feels like, do you have anything that you wrote down that maybe you want to utilize?
Oh my god! I made it responsible. Thank you for passing me.
Do you want to share something else or no? Like that would potentially give them context on why you stated that? Okay.
Oh my god!
Share with the class? Yeah, it's fine. Do you want to say it? I don't want to. You sure? Okay, so she said, to put in context why she said that she used the word resilient for this year, she said she was having some challenges. Like she felt like her mental health was, something that she had to focus on, and she did, and she got through whatever she was going through. So this year she learned that she is stronger than she thought she was, and she uses resilient this year for the word that described her growth. That's amazing. That's amazing. All right, anybody else? Anyone else would like to share? one word that describes you from September to now. One word. Huh? But, you said something? I didn't hear. You didn't say anything? Anyone? Junior? No. Nothing comes to mind? No. Dax? Nothing?
Lazy.
What about you?
Lazy.
What do you lazy? Okay. So if you're now conscious that lazy might be the word that you want to utilize to describe you, you have made a big step. You understand your weakness. How do we now change that and make it work for you next year? If you, get lazier, I'm sure that's not the solution. And I know you're joking. But that said, at least you know you have assessed this year and see how you performed, and you're thinking, I was